Hello everyone, welcome back to Blacksmith Studios. My name is Jack and today we will be talking about Miles Morales entering the MCU. Now, Miles Morales entering the MCU is something many fans have wanted for a very, very long time. And it is now sort of getting to the moment where we could be seeing this character appear. Now, Amy Pascal, who is sort of the go-between between Sony and Marvel, with Marvel's Kevin Feige, has been reported to have been in conversations with Kevin Feige about introducing Miles into the MCU. Amy Pascal was previously reported to have said, I think she's quoted, that she will not enter Miles into a live-action capacity until after Beyond the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 4. Now, it is possible that we could be seeing Miles in Spider-Man 4, but today I'm just going to go through a few options as to how we may see Miles Morales in the MCU, especially with this feud between Sony and Marvel at the moment. So, let me just get this out the way. Sony and Marvel obviously have their own way of doing things, and Sony seem to have been giving Marvel a huge amount of power and control over the Spider-Man character when he is part of the MCU. So, of course, it all depends on that. With Sony sort of feeling a bit desperate after their Madam Web vision sort of went out the window, it seems that they may want to have a bit more control over Miles entering the MCU. But here are the few options I see. And I've spoke to my brother Jamie about this. So my brother Jamie, he does a channel called J Almighty. I'll put it in the comments section, not the comments, the description down below, so you can see that channel. It's mainly games and clips from games and stuff, but he is really good, and it's hilarious, some of the videos he's done. But yeah, please check him out. He is really good. But anyway, let's go into a few options. So one option is probably one that Sony may want to aim for, and that is Miles being from another universe. So Miles could be from a separate universe to the 616 main MCU timeline. So it could be that Miles enters the MCU after the events of Secret Wars or during the events of Secret Wars, or Sony have been reported to have wanted Venom 3 to connect with Spider-Man, and that would be the beginning of the Sonyverse and the MCU sort of merging together. So this would probably be what Sony would want to do, have Miles have that sort of multiverse backstory. I do not believe that Sony nor Marvel will want to make the live-action Miles Morales the same as the Beyond the Spider-Verse one, and I'm sure Marvel, if they had the choice, would not make Miles' story multiverse-related, as this would sort of confuse fans on the Beyond the Spider-Verse sort of series, and the MCU one. It will confuse many general audiences about that. Plus, we want to sort of have a different Miles Morales to the one we've seen before. Over the Spider-Verse one is fantastic. It would be nice to see a more live-action one that isn't as connected to that version as possible, to give us a new take on the character. Another aspect is that Miles could be part of the MCU full stop. He was mentioned in Homecoming as the nephew of Aaron Davis, who is played by Donald Glover, and Donald Glover even made an appearance in Across the Spider-Verse as a live-action Prowler, and this in concept art was actually dubbed MCU Prowler. So it could be that, and Miles Morales becomes Spider-Man during the blip, or maybe he's already Spider-Man, or maybe he's got the powers but hasn't become Spider-Man yet, or maybe he has yet to become Spider-Man. But I'm sure if Marvel had their say, Miles would be part of the MCU and would probably make his appearance maybe in Spider-Man 4 or maybe post-Secret Wars. But I do not believe that he will have a multiverse tie. My brother Jamie suggested that Miles Morales could be part of the MCU, and it is the spider from another universe during the events of Secret Wars that bites Miles. Miles could be making an appearance in Spider-Man 4, or at least be making some sort of reference in Spider-Man 4, and then could be bitten by a spider in Spider-Man 5, leading up to a team-up in Spider-Man 6. Me personally, this is my opinion, this is what I would like. I would like Miles Morales to make his appearance in Spider-Man 4 with only a reference to anything else. If Oscorp was to be a thing, because obviously we don't know where the spider came from, that bit Peter Parker, many suggest that Tony Stark invented it, but we don't know. My theory is that Miles Morales, to fit into the MCU, could be in the MCU timeline, and during the blip, either he gets, I think he gets dusted. During the blip, Miles' uncle, Aaron Davis, becomes the official Prowler. He gets the suit on and everything, to the point where the Spider Society deem this as not correct. Maybe they think that Prowler shouldn't be that way, or maybe Prowler gets lost into another universe, which actually could be the reason, because Spider Society don't really deal with anything like that until they cross into an alternate universe by accident. Miles could be then looking for his uncle, and he appears one day, and his uncle could tell him about the multiverse or whatever, or Miles' uncle reappears after Secret Wars. It may not be the same Prowler, in all fairness. It may be a case of Aaron Davis and the Aaron Davis we saw in Across the Spider-Verse are two different Prowlers. But it could be that Aaron Davis becomes the Prowler. It would be cool to see if he became the Prowler during the blip when his family were completely gone. We could then see Miles Morales come back after the blip and obviously becomes friends with Spider-Man or Peter Parker after Ned and Zendaya leave and after the events of No Way Home. In Spider-Man 4, we could have Tom Holland, Peter Parker, and Miles Morales being friends with each other and going to college or going to high school together to get their diplomas or whatever. They become best friends, and obviously, after the events of the movie, it could be that a spider from Fisk Tower or whoever comes to bite Miles, and that's the end. Then we could see a Young Avengers project, either between, say, if Spider-Man disappears at the end of Kang Dynasty to fight in the Secret Wars, it could be that the only heroes left on Earth are the Young Avengers. So the Young Avengers could go and find Miles Morales, now a fully fledged Spider-Man, after Tom Holland's Peter just vanished. And it could be a similar situation to the blip, how the heroes have vanished, so the Young Avengers have to take over. And that could be them recruiting Miles Morales, who in this time of Peter disappearing, has become the Brooklyn Spider-Man, and people are starting to like him, and so they do this mission together, possibly connecting Kang Dynasty with Secret Wars, or maybe that's their way of, connecting to the wider MCU. I don't know. But these are my thoughts, these are my theories, and this is what I'd love to see. This video has taken me so long to do. I have had so many different ideas, and I have tried to do this so many different ways, this video, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out today. So please, show your support, show your love for this franchise, show your love for movies in general. I know I say this is like a movie channel and whatever, and as we expand, we will be talking about more movies, more franchise and little things like that, but we're talking about, for now, the things I'm really passionate about, which is all these sorts of movies. And I mean, I'd love to talk about these things, and it's so amazing that we're finally going to get a live-action Miles Morales after all these years. I remember when people were talking about having Miles Morales join the MCU when Andrew Garfield was the Spider-Man, so it's amazing. So, yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it. This video, please like and subscribe, and please comment down below. Let's create this community. I want to hear your ideas. My ideas aren't right. My brother Jamie's ideas aren't right. No one's ideas are right. So tell me what you would like to see. What would you like to see? How would you like to see it? You know, or tell me what you think Marvel and Sony will probably do. You know, do you reckon they're going to do it in a stupid way, or do you reckon they do it in a really clever way? You know, tell me what you think, you know, and tell me what you hope, because that is, you know, what this is about. These movies and movies in general, about talking and about inspiring people. And, you know, a lot of people, although a lot of people have said that Marvel's dead and then the MCU are dying, it's really untrue. Marvel's just getting started. With Miles Morales, we'll see that, definitely, amongst everything else that Marvel are doing. So please, interact, tell me what you think, tell me what you hope, tell me what you don't want them to do. You know, personally, I don't want them to do a multiverse thing for him. I don't want them to introduce him using the multiverse. I think that's a really silly idea. But if they do, so what? I'll be sitting down ready to watch it anyway. So yes, please, I'm going to repeat myself. Please like and subscribe. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.